yet? I don't. Yes. Greetings, beloved poets, and welcome to Chaos Magic. Tonight, Monday night, 8 p.m. start time. We are so blessed to have you with us. We have a few ground rules: no hate speech, only love in the room, only love in the chat. Please keep your pieces to between 3 and 5 minutes. We encourage you to bring one of your original pieces and one cover poem by another poet, or a song, if you wish. But we do not require this. If you have 2 of your own poems, that's perfectly fine. Do as thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. We love you, and let's get started. Let's get started with Julian Matthews. Julian, will you bless us with some words?
Hi. Thank you. Share screen. This is called just the one poem. Time is a fly in your eye. Time never flies. It walks and it talks, sometimes too much. Time it is egg frying in a noisy wok. Time freezes like lava into rock. Time pokes a hole in your last good pair of socks. Time never meanders like a river. Time scars you on the inside like a dying liver. Time never uplifts like a mountain. Time is ever thirsty, gulps down youth's fountain. Time is this mirrored screen, all your so-called deep reflections. Time is the sunken poem you half-baked when you lost direction. Time asks, why you still single? Time is wishing that nosy auntie gets shingles. Time says no baby yet. Prods tummy for unborn embryo. Time outstays a welcome, never knows when to go. Time is not the tree you hugged at that retreat. Time is the crunch of dead leaves under feet. Time is not a well, an ocean, an estuary. Time is illness, stones, and itchy genital misery. Time is not gravity, space, infinity. Time is heavy, homed, infirmity. Time changes, spins, and pivots when it likes. Time never forgets and forgives and forgets. It chooses your regrets. Time never ever flies first class. Time takes the cheap train and is always in disguise. Oh, can't see this. Time is sly, sneaky, and spying, especially when you're alone in your room, ugly crying. Time never hears you out, stops and stays. Time gets cranky, just searching for a parking bay. Time is a car running out of fuel. Time is a stubborn mule, an errand's fool. Time is a plane gone missing. Time is someone's ass that needs kicking. Time is a phone ringing when you're pissed. Time says, 1 sec, I have to answer this. Time is making up excuses when it doesn't really need to go. Time says bye-bye when your battery's low. Time criticizes, condemns, conflates. Time's always late, ever ready to berate. Time is cock-ups, call-outs, and callbacks. Time is suckered by every clickbait. Time plays dumb when it should say, keep calm. Time just carries on, says, I'm not your mom. Time never heals when you're hurting. Time never ever flies. It hides, creeps around, runs off, then turns and says, my work here is done. Thank you, that's it.
That was awesome, Julian. Thank you.
Spectacular,
Everyone,
Julian.
give it
Yeah.
up for Julian. Oh,
Yeah.
there's some time.
Yeah, I love your voice, Julian. I love the way you write. I love that piece.
Amazing piece. Amazing.
That was awesome. All right, up next we have CP Mays. CP, could you unmute and bless us with some words?
Yay. Like so much, my entire book collection is in Charlotte in storage. because I have to move to Houston in an emergency, pack up everything we can pack with us with newborn twins in 3 days, and we abandoned everything else we had, except my book collection. I came across this one. It was an anthology I was published in, so I figured, why not read it, since I haven't read it in forever. So we'll see how good this goes. The piece is called Unpaid Sabbatical. The questions are always more beautiful than the answers. And yes, I do know why I'm here. I'm here because over there seems so cliche and overrated. I'm here because free room and board beats the monthly cash needed for skeletons in closets that never pay their rent on time. I'm here because sanity is a hopeless dream used to keep our market economy alive. As a matter of fact, Doc, I'm here because sometimes God isn't. Keep your over there's, cliches, and whatever on-sale sanity is in vogue this month. Me, I know God's a coward. Why else would he keep letting his children fight wars just to kill themselves senselessly in his name? Yeah, it's a funny, Doc. It's the same Father, Son, and hocus pocus spirit we've become anointed, blessed, and didn't understand the oil while the blood is being shed over land, over oil. So powerful still, he allows his children to kill each other. Now that I think about it, maybe we're just his favorite reality TV show. Doc, tell me, do you think he watches us live on air or just catches us up on some episodes when there's dead time? Hell, do you think we're headed to hell for the things we do or for the things we don't do? Come on, Doc, tell me. You keep upping my dosage of lithium to help balance all of my equations. You prescribe me pills and a potluck psychosis while you refuse to swallow your pride and prejudices like someone just re-elected your president. Yeah, that is quite funny, Doc. Stop asking me why I'm here. I'm here to turn you a prophet for being the pharmaceuticals' clinical prophets. Am I not? Day 14. I woke up feeling sad today, feeling human, feeling fragile. It's been really hard for me to sleep at night. Chase dreams as if they're running from me in the daylight. Doc says it's not natural to stay up for days at a time. Yesterday, he told me that a lot of artists are being diagnosed bipolar. I only wish someone would diagnose me as being special or the love of their fucking life or happy or amen. Last week, I averaged 5 or 6 nightmares per night. Probably can trace them back to my enlistment in the Marine Corps. I'm so tired of feeling lonely, scared, different. Nurse Austin came to give me my nighttime meds, and before I knew it, I assaulted her. I'm not sure why I did it. She's always been so extremely kind to me. She's all petite with her posh porcelain skin. She doesn't think I can hear her flushing her bulimia down the toilet after our evening meals, but I do. She doesn't know why I just did. No why, another why pill, 2 pill, mouthful of apple juice. Before I know it, it's me, my words, my empathy. We're all on top of her. Staff says I assaulted her this morning. She says she forgives me, and I understand why I stabbed her with one of my dreams. It was the only sharp instrument I had access to. I just want to sleep through this day. Comes so easy for everyone else. Nurse Austin pass down log, patient 169031. While administering 8 p.m. meds, patient seemed anxious to see me. After asking him if he enjoyed his evening meal, we talked briefly on the differences between religion and spirituality. Patient suggests that religion was more ritual, claimed spirituality was more of a connection to the divine. Patient took his meds with a smile and confessed that this has become his after-meal ritual. After began sobbing uncontrollably. Upon asking the patient what was wrong, the patient replied that we should all be committed for the false gods we pray to. For approximately 3 minutes, the patient cried the same prayer over and over while holding my hand. Please, God, help us flush away our fears. Oh, Lord God, grant us strength to purge our pain away. Feed our spirits with something we can hold on to. Shortly after stopping, the patient became lucid. I took his vitals. Patient remains awake for remainder of the shift. but complied as usual when the light calls was out. Week 3, 3:16 p.m. Hello, Dad, are you there? Yes, son. How are you feeling today? Same old shit, just a different toilet. How's the AA steps going nowadays? You know how it is, son. It was the jobs idea. Either we work for a living, work for our debts, or work for our death, right? Yep, but you know me, drink a beer or two before I go. It helps me swallow my pride, makes everything go down better. Well, I should have lasted my eval today. She said it couldn't be releasing me soon, son. Try not to. Hold on. Your mama wants to speak to you. Hello there, mother. ¿Cómo estás? Muy bien, ¿y tú? Got jokes I see, huh, son? You know that's all about the Texas Spanglish I know. How are you holding up, Mom? I was about to ask you the same thing, baby. Same old sacrifices, they're just under a different name. I hope you're not still causing problems for the staff, are you? But of course, the day before yesterday, I overheard one of them having phone sex during lights out. So during my next group therapy sessions, I admitted to everyone during therapy how much of a sex addict I am, son. You didn't. Told them how my withdrawal symptoms are getting out of control. See what they didn't think when they didn't ask. So I recreated everything I heard 2 nights before, but made it seem like it was me on the phone. It was quite entertaining. Playing with people is what got you in there for the first place. Listen, coming out of the Marine Corps, your dad and I both knew that the bad nightmares were going to get the worst of you, but that is no excuse, mister, for taking every chance you get to poke fun at The Walking Dead. I know, Mom. Sorry, but it's just so much fun. I can't do anything with you, can I? Here's your dad. I love you too, Mom. And I think that's my time. It's like 2 more pages. But thank y'all. Thank y'all for letting me read that. Yeah. And no cover. Figured that would be
Oh, yeah, CP. Fantastic. Fantastic. I would be up to hear the rest of it.
Your past.
Wow. What storytelling.
Yeah.
Skills.
Thank you.
Amazing.
Excited to be here. Got some surprises coming up in future covers. Can't wait till we get that up and going. Thank y'all for being awesome. I got to disappear, but I'm coming back.
Okay, we'll look forward to it, CP.
Yes, sir. See you soon.
Open up your mics and give some love to CP before he goes.
Yeah.
Love you, CP. Amazing.
And that's interesting to hear the CP on the page and then evolve into it's still there. It's still there.
Yeah, it
2 more
hints
pages.
of yeah.
2 more pages.
We'll look forward to hearing the rest.
All right,
Okay,
go rock out.
Coming up on the mic, we have Kristi Scribbles, who will be interviewed for Heart of the Artist tomorrow at 5 p.m. Same Zoom link as tonight's link, 781-227-9234. Heart of the Artist at 5 p.m. tomorrow. Kristi Scribbles is the feature, and now you get to hear her. Hey, Kristi, bless us with some words, please.
Hello. Yes. Excited to see you. Excited to be here with everybody. Can you all hear me? Okay.
Yes, but hold on. Could everybody make sure they mute their microphone, Richard? I'm looking at you. Thank you.
Okay. Well, I am Kristi Scribbles. Yes. The Heart of the Artist tomorrow, 5 p.m. EST with Whisper the Poet and our very own Catalyst. Okay. So I am the channeling poet. I do channel poetry and channel energy work for my first little piece, it's just going to be an experimental group energy session for Palestine, for all of those that are suffering around the world that have no power themselves to stop it, but we have power within this room right now to create energy to send to them. If you don't want to participate, just mute me. So here we go. If everybody can just maybe get out either you can hum along with me or you could write down, love, peace, whatever, focus on, leave everything divisive, let it go. And right now, just be in this bubble of energy, sending it to whomever, you feel called to send it to. Tonight, it's going to, for me, it's going to the children of Palestine. So this is just going to be a simple, quick little thing, and then I'll do my piece. So here we go. Just sending that energy to all those suffering around the planet. I believe that we are all connected as a collective. And the more that we hold energy for all of those suffering, the more that the energetic frequency, the vibration of our world increases. Just sending this out, sending this love, this peace, humanity. We are humans. We are one. We are love. And love wins. Thank you. I'm going to do my piece now. Thank you for that just came through. I didn't know I was going to do that, but here you go. Spirit speaks, right? And I listen. Okay, here we go. I can't seem to stop going to that exact spot. That fucking spot of the fleck of myself, of the speck of myself that sits here again. I stand here again on the dot of the plot of that exact spot, around, going around the bend, going around the bend. I can't win, I can't win. Keep going around the bend, around again. Going around the bend, to bend the corner and circle the space all over the place. All over the place, I see the same face. She sees the same face. On the dot of the spot I can't get away from. She can't get away from. Run away, they say. Run away, they say. The spot's over here, the spot's over there. Run away, my child. Run away, stay away. Stay away from the blot of the spot on the dot of repeating, of repeating, of repeating. The whole world's depleting. Depleting, depleting, the same spot, always needing, always bleeding, to end up in the drop of the spot of the same, always the same, always the same. Speck of a dot of a spot standing here back again, they say. Never when they say back again today. Always here this way, in this spot, I am here, here again, here again. I am here on the dot of the spot. That is me, always trying to leave this spot on the floor. That is here, that is me, always trying to leave this exact fucking spot of this exact fucking dot. Back again, they say. Never when they say back again today. Never when they say the same spot of today. Here again, on the dot of the spot. That is me, this spot of myself that I am in again. Never to win, always again. Never to win, always again. Always again. Thank you.
Wow, give it up for Kristi. That was incredible.
Singing voice. Wow.
Yes.
Amazing. We love you. Looking forward to tomorrow.
Yeah, looking forward to tomorrow.
Everyone share some
Yeah, you
love
made
with Kristi.
Nikola Tesla proud. We live in vibration. And I don't know if anyone else heard that, but there was a little bit of a Paul Skiff there. That notation.
Yeah.
I think
That.
as far as where
Always.
the music comes
Yes.
from. Paul, did you catch that?
Oh, that was gorgeous.
Yeah, I got lost in that. Totally took
Yeah.
me somewhere else. Thanks.
That's
so
what
much.
it's like listening to you and sometimes with some of your
Yeah.
pieces.
Yeah, right now
It
you get
really
it
is.
shoved back in your face.
There's
from
a
Kristi. That's beautiful.
a twin source of some sort.
That was incredible, Kristi. Very much looking forward to tomorrow to
Well,
learn more
creativity
about
Yeah,
your
is the
Kristi, you should
process.
same
hear Paul's
source,
work
you know?
if you don't know it.
It all comes from the same source, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
One big twin.
Amazing. Well, I think Whisper is ready for us now. She's going to levitate in after Kristi there. Are you ready, Whisper?
Hi, you guys. Thank you so much. I'm bouncing between Zooms here. So thank you so much for letting me slide in. And Kristi, that was amazing. I cannot wait for us to have a conversation tomorrow. So fun things ahead for sure. So I am working on a book that I'll release this summer. It's a book of erotic poetry and prose. So this is an ode to his lips. I love his lips. I love the way he speaks my name in that deep voice, his mouth caressing each of my letters, making them shiver in anticipation, eager to be voiced. He speaks me as if my name is delicious on his tongue. My cinnamon makes his mouth water, and he savors me, releasing and claiming me simultaneously. His lips are the perfect size. Soft and kissable, they are neither too full nor too thin. Call me the Goldilocks of kissing because I found my very own just right when his lips are pressed tight to mine. His lips are adventurous. He has placed them upon every hill and valley of my terrain, bringing dew to the desert, seeking nectar from humid hollows. A cartographer could not have mapped me so completely. His brave lips await their return to the exploration of my topography. His lips offer me his smile, and they seek mine in return. They part the way clouds part for the sun to shine down and warm me with the golden glow of his desire. Sweet, passionate lips clinging deliciously to my own. They whisper my syllables, and against my skin they are home, made welcome to make free with every part of me, as trembling I await their return. Boom.
That was awesome. Do you have more for us?
I have one other.
Excellent.
This one is called Man Shopping. I love to shop. I love to browse among the racks, hunting for bargains and treasures and new things and old things and things that make my eyes pop with excitement. And I wonder, what if I could shop for a man? I need one for a cocktail party with my heels and a little black dress. I require a suave, sexy James Bond type with satin lapels on his tuxedo. I'll find him at the fancy boutique on Main Street, and I will pay full price. Now, at the Saturday night honky tonk, it'll be tight jeans and boots, big boots that make my imagination dance as he takes my hand and places those boots between my feet to guide me. Quick, quick, slow, slow, making my breath come fast when I grab that ass and taste the tequila on his tongue. I'll breeze into the Western store and snap him up, take him home and sop him up like a biscuit. I tried him on for size in the fitting room, and oh, mama, save me from sin, he fit me right. Now, the coworker over there in his office chair, he's the suit store type with his wavy black hair and his Brooks Brothers lust. So cute and sweet, so shy and polite. Makes me wonder if there's a lion under that 17.5-inch neck shirt and unstylish tie. I think I'm going to try to find out. Now, I'm a jerk to say this, but the blind date guy, we have nothing in common. My best friend's boyfriend knows him from Best Buy. He has the sex appeal of a sweet potato. I'm sorry, honey, you're just not singing my song, so I'll have to pass you up and pass you by. But 2 doors down is the leather shop, and the man in there can make your grandma's panties drop. His eyes grab my hair, and his smile brushes against my neck. Oh, damn, I hope he's as good with his leather as he is with his hands. Leaving teeth marks in my, I want to house arrest him in my bed, slide my lace down my thighs and make my backside red. Oh, what fun my Y chromosome shopping trip has been. My bed's full of bags from Stroll Down Rodeo Drive. I feel like Pretty Woman on a Chippendales high. I'll try them all on. I may return them all the next day. Just have to remember to leave the tags on. And by the way, if any of you boys are feeling a little objectified, that's okay, because y'all have been objectifying us since Grug dragged his club to the club to see Sheena in her leopard print bikini. So y'all can just suck it up. Whisper.
Oh, yeah, Whisper Poet. Everybody open your mics and give it up for Whisper Poet. That was awesome.
So dope. Love
That was
it.
good.
Loved it.
Good
We
work.
love you.
Love a spicy one
Sure.
after mine. It's what it needed.
Sure.
Don't
Hey.
forget to use your discount coupons.
That was not a preview to the movie we mentioned earlier.
Thank you, guys. I really appreciate it. And I'm
Thank you. And great job on your interviewing skills.
Thank you. I'm getting ready to go host Moist Monday on Word is Right platforms. Have to drop out in a minute, but thank you all so much. Love you.
Love you. Bye.
We send our love.
Okay, everyone. Next up is the beloved poet Richard Spisak, and I have his book right here, Stone Poetry. I recommend you get it. It's awesome, just a delight. Richard, would you bless us with some words?
I would be honored, sir. I'm going to try to tear through 3 real fast, so everybody get into high gear. Here we go. This is called MAGA Mike. MAGA Mike gets it right. Sure enough, he's America's brand new speaker bright. Boy, oh, children, he's quite the seeker, 2 steps away from the presidential beaker. Oh, Mike studies the Bible till late at night, yet somehow he gets so little correct. On God's religion he will expound, he's a direct pipeline, even his pauses are profound. True, he knows what's good for you, down to your soul, both living and dying, there's just no denying. Grabbing for power, he's on a roll. Well, my friends, he's precisely an inquisitational troll. Anti-choice, anti-LGBT, oh my God, the plans for you, anti anti-safety, anti-democracy. That's what theocracy looks like to me. Tied up with a Christian law school they never taught. Gosh, his school was cheaply bought. Yeah, my friends, just like Billy Baker's brothel, it's awful. Alliance Defending Freedom, do you have any idea what it means? This younger convert, you should know, he thinks it's still so fresh you can feel the glow. A literal reading of the book of Genesis. Really, is that what our democracy has come to this? In his sights, shoots and ladders, snakes and adders. He's big on the Ark encounter. Got him money from old state of Louisiana, honey. He blames school shooting on evolution. That's a life-size Ark, might just be the solution. Lady Godiva riding bear has fewer secrets to compare than this misguided theologian who's reached such heights. He may find us praying and staying up late at night. He'd like to criminalize homosexuality, and with prison and death, he expresses his certainty. That part of judge not, I guess he never heard, and to call him Christ-like or Christian is downright absurd. And then this one called My Lawyers Made Me Do It. My lawyers made me do it. They said they'd get me through it. I cannot trust them now. They've all turned away somehow. Who made them do it? Who drove them to it? Though how many attorneys have I churned, and yet they've so mischaracterized my every turn. As I watch and grumble, my bridges burn and tumble, when sometimes I need to peer the popper, though for some limo I was the eager hopper. Oh, my lawyers led me every step. They kept me out of so many traps that I forget, the crypt forgets. And when my native worth needs to soar, I grab my bean counters and lawyers and just ordered up a better score. Triple dippled, my apartment's worth flippered. It leapt, it soared 1,000,000 square feet or more. What do you think? I'm not confined to walk the earth. Besides, my feet get sore. My casinos, my schools, even my steaks so rare were amazing, fascinating, right until they just weren't there. I partied hardy with the fastest set, athletes and starlets. I've no regrets. But if you work for me, look out below. Your wages might have been lost in my latest TV show. A two-bit pitchman, reality TV. Sure, that's what they think of me. I cursed out the allies at the table. I helped old Pooty whenever I was able. Now I got my dazzling days in court, and so do my lawyer teams at last. My last resort. Why must I always crawl, flipping, flopping, time away? The spoil sport, so well, what can't I say? The judge would muscle my golden throat, but all my friends will later from that crater see what history wrote. And then finally, the trials of Temptatious D. The season of treason has really begun, more than fairly begun. Only the first bell of liberty is rung. He's sung. Self-dealing, that special gesture investure, a particularly greasy kind of stealing. Corrupting elections had with discretion failed to elude detection. You can urge brutality until you build a peculiar reality, profiting from foreign trade. Oh gosh, the deal he made, payoffs galore. A mobster would be jealous because his team was zealous. They made a whole new list of secret trade deals for the kids until so recently a real steal. Arranging for a coup and all the bloody, ugly things related to attack the house, you filthy louse. Goops in place and thuggies too. Even the military sort of knew. Everyone should have known what he told us he could shoot and have 1,000,000 lick his boots. Everyone should know in his heart there's no one home. He treated NATO like an old potato, tossed candy at Mirandy. They shoulda, woulda, coulda known. And in his bribe-ridden, crime-slidden, almost hidden, anti-patriotic, sclerotic heart, no one was home.
Yes, Richard.
Yeah.
That was
So,
awesome.
oh my God.
What
Oh
a
my.
riot. Love it.
Yeah, you're a man after my own heart, a poet after my own heart. Absolutely. And Thomas, feel free to get your news from Richard too. Yeah?
I know, right? I just learned so much going through that. Yeah, like I don't watch the news. I usually get it from Gustav. But Richard, yeah, I got another news stream now. That was amazing, dude. Punchline after punchline, like relevant, just that was amazing.
Okay, everyone, please open your mics and give it up for Richard Spisak.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Richard.
Richard.
Always working,
Yes.
traveling around the world with it too, bringing it to the open mics all around. I like that. I like to see you everywhere.
Awesome. Awesome.
Okay, next up on the mic, we have Thomas Open Minds, who hosts Open Minds on Friday night at 7 p.m. It is one of my favorite joints to go to, and I recommend you come to. 781-227-9234 is the Zoom link. stop on by. Hey, Thomas, can you bless us with some words?
I would be honored to. First off, I want to thank you guys for the space, for the time, for being here. I also want to shout out, yo, Kristi, tomorrow. I'm so psyched for the Heart of the Artist. That's gonna be amazing. Also, Marianne Tefft is here. She's gonna be featuring this Friday at Open Minds. And last week we started some CC baby. A few people here know that we were like, you know what? Open minds, open mic, open room. So I was ready for bed, but everybody else wasn't. We usually do an after hours, but I was like, you know what? I'm gonna leave the room open. I forgot to make someone a co-host though, and so they couldn't let new people in. But this Friday, I'm just gonna leave the room open on Friday nights and make someone a co-host. And like, even if I go to bed, the room will be open for y'all to just, do beautiful things. All right, so I got two pieces for y'all. The first one's a cover from my favorite rapper, Aesop Rock. It's called Oh Fudge, and then I'm gonna spit an original. Yeah, stirring up the pot, add a couple worms, herbs from the swamp, conjure up a curse, turn a person to a frog, courtesy the blob with a shirt full of snot, plus mildew, pretty much a ball of sticky stuff and soft tissue, hemoglobin, cat hair, peanut butter, coffee, born with a cough and a finger in the frosting. I can't stop sweating. People at the store say I think that man's melting. The fan's not helping. It's probably a job for Abraham Van Helsing. Woke up on fire and speaking a dead language, backwards, several octaves deeper than his average. The how is not important, it's the translation that matters. It says, beware the flesh in which archaic evil gathers. God damn. I slosh when I move. I'm not mop, not a broom. My body ate my shoes. Mold on his robe, moles on moles. I don't have any bones. Retreats from the sun, bleeds from his gums. I sleep in the tub. Fever and a cold, teeth in many rows. I'll eat a whole goat. Earlier this morning, several hunters from the region put a bolo on his spirit. Call the number if you see it. Container at the bungalow, bubbling at the gum line. The bushy tail and bug-eyed, come in every color, fungi. Oh, fudge. My new form isn't in the folklore. The new norm wasn't in the brochure. There's no known cure. Nothing more to figure out. Just sit around and grow horns. Germs on germs on germs. Slide through, cry you a river of soft serve. My snail trail exhibit infinity wrong turns. I'm gelatin forever in line for the hors d'oeuvres. Coat full of crab toast, foam at the whistle. Future of a puddle with a phone in the middle. With no signal. It's emotional. I slosh when I move. Mop, not a broom. My body ate my shoes. Mold on his robe, moles on moles. I don't have any bones. Retreats from the sun, bleeds from his gums. I sleep in the tub. Fever in a cold, teeth in many rows. I'll eat a whole goat. And that was Aesop Rock with Oh Fudge. This next piece is an original. It's called 8-Bit Hero. And actually, I dedicated this to Sidekick. Didn't realize I wrote this for him until I met him a month or two later. Thanks, CP, for bringing Waylon Sidekick into our community. We love you. I know you're not here tonight, but I'm still shouting you out and I love you. This one's called 8-Bit Hero. My bodyguard is a gaudy bard, a sidekick, hardly psychic, 40 stars lit to disguise him. Bombard the party quick, this hardy fool twist the hardiest tools. The dismiss when he hissed. If you hardly exist, then he's pissed. Amongst the demons and shit, partly devout, godly, oddly misplaced, too cool, always getting faced. Stay sweat and waste from every pore, sore from every door, shut in disgrace, but he's still sin just in case. In the grip of misplaced hate, straightforward to the northward mountains. No one can afford to be around him, surrounded by fountains of bubbling blood. stumble and spin, been in trouble, but he wins with every grin, humble. When it's done, it's a heavy stun to the whole crowd. He can eat a whole cow, beat an old foul, creep, cheat, and he go wild. Teeth looking for some cash, ass, or meat to devour. The streets glow beneath his feet in this hour. He never sleeps, it's just bits of peace with his eyes closed. Too wise though, so he never shows his hand, knows this land. He's so clever, he never goes unspoken, shows he can sever whatever grows broken. Size of the sky scene, he's so mean, throw potions across the scene, oceans of emotions just wipe clean. Those motions of broken homes, straws drawn short, sort through the bullshit, two full clips spit in all directions, imperfections. Who spit the illest shit? Dressed to impress, he killing it. Impressed against inspections till it's lit. Injections fill him quick. Inventions from some dimensions he's traveling, unraveling sin. Fill it with gin till the devil sleeps. Creeps slowly, knowing it's all just an 8-bit level dream. I've been Thomas Super Minds. Thank y'all. Listen.
Woo-hoo!
Yeah.
Thomas.
Dope cover.
Awesome.
So good.
Original, love it.
That was a hell of a cover of Aesop Rock.
That was dope, yo. That original shit. Was that new shit?
Yo, my wife gave me this prompt. We were standing in the food line, and my wife was like, "My bodyguard is a gaudy bard," and I just ran with that. Right? Like I was like, "What?" Like, God.
I love
and
it.
so I was
And then you
standing
wrote
in
it
line,
before
I
you meant
wrote that.
sidekick. And then
Yeah,
you meant
and then, so
sidekick.
it's like, but yeah, a sidekick. And so like when the other night he was in and I read it for him, he was just like, "Why?" Like, yo, send me that shit. Like, I gotta hear it.
Oh, man.
Yeah, thank y'all, man. I love
Perfect.
it.
I love the happy too. You got a good happy.
Yeah, it was very creative. It was a good time.
Oh, dope.
All right, I think up next we have Paul Skiff. Paul, could you bless us with some words, please?
Oh, great to be here with these folks. I'm going to do a cover of one of my all-time favorite downtown New York City poets, the late J.D. Rage. J.D. was a classic rant poet, a style which today you can hear in the legacy of in just about every slam poem you'll ever hear. And work by people like CP and others, as Kitade does rants, and it's a form that really has left its mark. I'll try to do this like JD. It has a title, Depression 4. Not feeling too good, feeling plenty, but none of it is good. Unloved, rejected, dejected, incapable, awkward, stupid, obsessed, depraved, retarded, mentally ill, diseased, unsound, ugly, evil. What evil lurks in the heart? Gruesome, filthy, outcast, exposed, hopeless, overwhelmed, hungry, crashing, infantile. I am an open wound, open clear down to China. Flies are attracted to me. I'm a leper, a naive leper, still venturing from the colony in search of blind man's love. I am a bottomless well of love to which no one can love or aspire. Lower the bucket to drink, untouchable, a whore adheres or is at sores. I'm scary, a hag, a horror, an annoyance, a fake, poser, fool, a fool to think I can spew this bag of hurt on the world. Try again, try again, try again, and it bounces back on my head, heavier, heavier, each time the prophet bore a lighter cross than mine. Release me, feel your feelings, they say. If you had my feelings, would you feel them? Dope was the only kindness I could get to. I would shoot up today, every day. I don't want to go away. I would shoot up today and down today and downtown today. Try again, try again, try again. I mean, what difference does it make whether there's something on the other side? Who made this cruel mistake, this ache, this hole, unfillable, unfathomable? I know nobody else feels like this, and as bad as it is, it gets worse. It hurts, Ma, and I can't. Hug me one off of this, suffocating and cringing at the terrible sick sight of me. Ma, who committed this mortal crime? Why did you do it? Why did you do this hateful thing? You wrung me out of your body, and the elephant men shrink from my image, my image. Imagine what you have done, undone. I should be flushed, disintegrated, tied up and burned, gassed, mercifully flung into the abyss from the highest cliff, end of the rope, lost light of hope. And if this isn't depression, I don't know what is.
Oh, fuck, bro.
And just finish with something. My own work. Let me find what I'm going. Where did it go? Okay. And now don't get mad at me, moderators, since I just want to share this with the people who are here right now. May I respectfully request to have the recording paused? Thank you. Let's see.
1 second, 1 second.
Okay, yeah.
Our reaction to the poem that no one got.
Yeah, there we go.
Paul. Wow.
The beautiful thing about Paul's work is that I just can't wait to see it in print. And I know I'm saying that personally because I've got an investment and passion in making that happen. But I would just love to spend time and be able to pause on just 2 and 3 words here and there and just like spend time there, because there's so much in his work.
Indeed.
It really,
I love
really.
the way you
we're
say
gonna
the
spend like
words.
a month with him. Like he's gonna have to like spray us with Reed to get us out of his house like we're cockroaches. Because I want to learn every word.
Stop that sound.
Like, Paul, say all the words. Say them all cool the way you do.
Every syllable.
Like even aged.
He loves every
Instead of
syllable.
my age face, he said aged. Like, just beautiful stuff, Paul.
Somebody once told me I speak poems like Helen Keller, and I took that as a massive compliment.
Oh, wow.
Right? What? That's dope.
I love it.
Wow.
So next up on the mic, we have Arshagra. This is his book. Get it? Yes. Cece, would you bless us with some words?
I will, and I rarely read from the book, but because of all you guys and what you're doing, I'm going to dedicate this to you, Magus, and to Thomas and Catalyst and all the Nemo Sum who helps promote it, and everyone who, and Mr. Witz is here. He does an open mic, so this is for everyone. This is written. Jack Powers started an open mic like 52 years ago, and ran it every Monday live for 30 years. And then it was taken over by another guy that's still going on. And Fairley Getty read there, Ed Sanders, and others names that you would know. And and I got to meet some of these people back in the day. It's where I cut my teeth and where I fell into poetry, basically going to that venue. And I did not miss a Monday for 10 years. And a lot of this book comes from that experience and thousands of other poets. So this is kind of a dedication to the open mic, and it's called The Jack of Poets. And then I'm going to read something from a buddy of mine called, his name is Matt Beliveau. I'll explain for a cover. The Jack of Poets dealt with the art of voices feeding you at the end of every moment that dies. To guard hunger's right to speak free of truths starving, a recipe to savor the heart of time. The air of soup gives as the winds of words carry, and they came one by one to this word of mouth feast. Each came to add to the soup's endless giving. Amongst them were those with end of the world ears, questions on madness, on what peace of mind is, for sounds of hope birthing, and the soul of words resting deep inside the life of inspiring alive. And so came the contributors with the gift of precious listening. Not hungry to share, just happy to donate, no need for a portion of speaking one's poetry. Others to read, saying, I'm hungry enough to be here, my will. Eating my own words, to stay the crest of my deaths resting here upon this stage. To crave what reveals my mind to myself for you and for me and for the blank page awaiting what is empty. Admitting my donation here is more than my presence, less than my pride, and beyond my self-importance. As the listeners surround our voices to hear through the quiet mind of receiving, I'd never think so much of my life position to believe that my life will never know such a hunger. Admiring what courage to admit words in public, to know nothing, and the hand of the voice can still feed you. As the Jack of Poets once said, they are willing to be scared, to give and receive their love-exposed fears. Alive for some living, to nourish the lone soul of you and the soul of the planet we die on. The Jack of Poets from the open microphone. It's my website is the only place to get them. I sign them and send them out. Fuck Jeff Bezos. I like to say that at the end. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And so as part of my life, I did 3.5 years on the radio with an experimental poetry, art, live spoken word, experimental radio show, jazz, and clips from the internet, all weird shit. And during that time, a buddy of mine who was with MS, and he was losing his ability to stand and how long he was going to live. I used to pick him up, and he was live bass behind me sometimes. Eventually, he brought his friends around, and in the series of musicians that to back me live on the radio as I did poetry, he brought Matt Beliveau, and when I got kicked off the radio station, long story to be continued, Matt and him and I started an experimental poetry art band, and we played open mics, bars, house parties, galleries, art venues, and that has a YouTube channel, and in that you'll see Matt on guitar and Derek on bass with whoever other musicians joined us. But when I was in my 50s and they were in their 20s, so they were both in college at the time studying music. And when Matt got out, he did his first solo show. He doesn't play anymore. He became a farmer. He does still play, but not seriously as much as he did. So this is one of his lyrics. He's a brilliant lyric writer, but it reads like a poem. It's called Mercy is Sacred, Matt Beliveau. Red buttons on a silver platter. Everybody's fighting about what matters. Poison runs into the stream, down to the river and into my dreams. bend the blinds, burn the sage. Mercy is sacred in the modern age. Blow your trumpet over the bay, blow it next to the burning bale of hay, wave it out the window, walk it down the hall, take it in the wilderness, blast it at the wall. Blades fly across the stage. Mercy is sacred in the modern age. I see what you did. I'm not rubbing it in. I'm not suggesting that it was a sin. You might have thought I'm doing the dead man's float, but I'm wide awake and I'm taking notes, smoking the cabin, busted gauge. Mercy is sacred in the modern age. Temptation is the axis on which we tilt. The air we breathe is loaded with guilt. Bodies are mangled and spirits are shred. You'll need an iron stomach for where we're headed. Take a plate, slide it in the cage. Mercy is sacred in the modern age. The seeds of sanity are buried deep under a ghost town where the angels weep. Down the hallway of rattling bones, where those who ride, they all must ride alone. The coast is clear. Rip it out of the page. Mercy is sacred in the modern age. Matt Beliveau. And I'll put the link. Don't watch it because it's a video stream of playlist. But when this is over, if you want to check it out, and then I'll put in the link to the Human Room Open Voice. And what was the other thing I was going to drop in there? Anyway, whatever. I'll put 3 things in there in the book or whatever. Yada yada. I love you all. Matt Beliveau. I love that man. He's a beautiful soul.
CC Arshagra.
We love you too. That was awesome.
Woo.
Wow.
CC.
Share all those links. Share it all up in there.
Yeah, link it up, link it up. We love you.
Mercy is sacred in the modern age.
Yeah.
That is a beautiful line.
Great. Thank you for that.
The other thing I just dropped in is called GBRPS. That means the Genetic Bill of Rights painting series. When I was living in Washington, the story's too long and too now. But 10 paintings, they flew me from Washington to New York. I spoke at an international conference on the role of the artist with politicians and scientists from around the world. 3 years later, they put it on this little YouTube channel. You'll check that out. It's something I wrote. It was a big deal. They put me up at the Chelsea Hotel, flew me in from Washington. The paintings haven't been seen since then. They're not in the video, but that's something else. And I'll put my book next. Sorry, bye.
It's all good. Yes, definitely share all that stuff. We'll check it out. So next we have Marianne Tefft, who is featuring this Friday on Open Minds in this very room. So Marianne, if you could bless us with some words.
The pleasure will be mine, Catalyst. Thank you so much. Good evening, and good evening to you too, Magus and poet friends. I have 2 poems for you because here in Toronto today we saw, for only the 6th time that I've been here, more than a Dutchman's breeches worth of blue in the sky. I'm first going to read you a poem called New Home and then share the writing of the woman whom I call my birthday twin. My new home is almost entirely of others' design, but naturally so when you leave one house with 2 decades of memories clinging to citrus walls and ochre tile, to enter another with all you can carry in 3.5 bags and promise rising from rag-rugged wood floors. There are my baskets of shakers and shells, souvenirs of songs and strands from Amsterdam to Oz, displayed above a humming radiator instead of an air-co. The palm frond rainbow fish that has held pride of place since my daughter toted it home from grade 6 art class swims above a comfy sage green couch, clad in a fabric that leaves a swish when stroked with a hand, stumped down a winding staircase by 3 pairs of arms, plenty of clever geometry, and only a little blue language because Cynthia and her husband thought I would like this 3-seater so much more than the futon whose lineage was equal parts sofa and buckboard. Oh, And that espresso machine in the front hall is for me too, not to mention the strong, slim space heater that has quickly become my new best friend. My sliders no longer survey a wide lagoon, strobe lights on the causeway, or midnight sky that embraces 3 islands with arms thrown wide. But as I warm my palms with my Saturday cuppa, contemplative and well-rested, I glimpse the winter sleepy backyard through a ground-level casement window, and I am grateful to think these rooms have been fashioned in hospitality and love. A sliver of sunlight falls across the keyboard, and I am at home. Thank you. And now for a poem by a wonderful writer from the UK, whom some of you might have heard featured the other day at Inspired Poets Corner, Raul James's show. This is a poem by Genevieve Ray called They Were Already Trees. Already trees when I first met the saplings, their branches overburdened with the fruit born of family, the sway of work and study, the expectations in their bounty. They were already trees when first I sought a fountain, the soil of English language education, home nutrients of culture and cultivation. My watering can was handcrafted. Would it hold enough for the mission? They were already trees, and a good gardener listens. Watch the natural bend in the branches. Forage only for the recurring fruits, the nuts, the seeds, or the blossoms. Learn each type, each rhythm. They were already trees. So thus, nurture must go with them, conscious that each may spread their canopy, do the best to let not one shoot be overshadowed or left unregarded. They have overtaken me. They are now a forest. And that's thanks to Genevieve Ray in the UK, and thanks to all of you poet friends.
I want to be in your Montessori class.
You're welcome, mates. Come on up.
Yeah. Everybody, open your mics and give some love to Marianne.
Yes,
Oh,
I love
those
it.
pieces.
The fruits of family. That was so beautiful.
Thank you so much,
Oh.
everybody.
I know that feeling of only getting to see a little patch of blue sky and like every 3 weeks. I grew up in the northern Midwest, and that's, in fact, there was an article in the paper about where I grew up that said they only had 5 minutes of sunshine since the new year.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's been a little
sounds
bleak
like
so
an
far,
artist.
but I like to say that we've passed the winter solstice, so spring has got to be just around the corner.
Well, I'll tell you
Yeah, we just got
something.
melted out in
Wait till
Alberta
there's
here,
a full moon and a full cloud cover and go outside at like 2 in the morning. It's magic.
Yes, indeed. Thank you, Paul.
Marianne, your voice, the way you perform the
I'm
cover
looking
and
forward to your
original was
feature
just,
and your
yeah, I'm so
interview.
looking forward to
too.
the future. Yeah, like, and I'd like to invite you as a podcast guest too, because I want to hear more.
Thank you.
Yeah.
With pleasure.
Marianne Tefft is one of the most amazing poets, and
oh, thank you.
I'm grateful
I know.
to
I
call
realized I
him.
go, oh,
I'm
Zomkhonto
grateful to
can
call
be
him
it,
my
man.
muse.
Oh, thank you.
You guys do, right? Like you guys have met in person, right?
We have, yes,
Yeah,
we
I
have
was thinking
indeed.
like, oh, I didn't know Marianne was in Toronto. I go, oh, Zomkhonto can go see her. And my wife's like, oh, they do. I'm like, what? I'm like, oh, but that just made my whole day. Like, knowing that you two have, just, it made me so happy.
Yeah, it's very cool to be here now and being able to connect with quite a number of people in the Zoomverse. Of course, our great friend Zomkhonto at the top of that list, and Kelly McAllister and Jeff Cottrell, Raul James, of course. Yeah, lots of good friends up here, and so it's super cool. It's definitely helps that transition. So come and see us.
Are you guys opening a couch surfing tour? Just let
Why
me know.
not? Please, with pleasure. With pleasure. Let me know when you're going to be in the 6, and I'd love to make you welcome.
Uh-oh, look out. I'm in my car already.
There you go. There you go.
That makes me so happy. I love it.
Thank you.
Okay. I think up next we have Mr. Witz. Mr. Witz, are you still here? Yes, I see him in the building. Mr. Witz, could you bless us with some words?
Indeed. Thank you for the space. Thank you for everyone who's spoken before me and those who will come after. This is the first time I'm reading this piece out loud. It's entitled The Infant Hiding Behind the Fence. As he started down the dark street with his child on his shoulders, desperation led him to a neighboring door. The wide eyes of an uncertain female who denied his entrance, leading his safety back onto the streets as he skimmed away, unsure of where to run. Removing his child from his shoulders, he didn't even have time to kiss his baby goodbye when he tossed her by the hind of her pamper onto the bush bed behind the fence, the shrubbery of the same neighbor who turned him away. As the shadow of a hooded man stood in the middle of the street, waiting for the chance to take the life of a man with nowhere to go. He raised the cannon in his hand and aimed with vengeance in his squeeze. Looking back only made sense for one with sight swift enough to dodge bullets. So he head down, moved forward like an arrow shot from a bow. And I wonder if he heard his child screaming over his heavy feet, running off to not let his dying breath be the last time he holds her. Something in her to remember. Did he hear the gunshots over his beating heart, leaving her behind to protect her innocence, knowing he may never make it back? Only his leg power could predetermine his return. His slender frame mocking the pole aimed at him. The street doesn't care for family the way the sidewalk sips on blood spill. How often does a man, face down on a pavement, cross national headlines? And how long would it be before a selfish neighbor discovers the infant hiding behind her fence? Home.
Fire on the mic.
I'm guessing,
Yeah,
Mr. Witz, you're not
Witz.
pulling that from the world of fiction.
Do you have a
was that a true story?
Is that a true story?
Based on,
Got it.
Wow.
it's always more elaborated
Wow. Wow.
to make
Wow.
it a little palatable. But yeah, it's based on a true story.
That was beautiful, Mr. Witz.
Profound.
Yeah, CP, you know what happens to real life when it gets filtered by a poet.
Just,
It's kind of monument that Mr. here delivered.
Well, there's no fiction that people die and babies are left, so the work needs to be done. So I hear you.
Yeah. Brilliant.
Thank you for that reception. Yeah.
You have
The
another?
second piece.
Oh,
Yes,
second.
I have one more. The second piece is entitled A Tree That Would Answer. Slavery has been abolished. Forget about it. Get over it, they said. Well, what of the memories of the dead? Who will tell their story? I heard the roots of a tree had all of the answers, made sense to why they're cutting them down. They say the truth dies with those who dare to whisper. Yet trees live longer than any other form of life known to man. They say tree ring wisdom can predict climate change. So I'm pretty sure they can tell us how many clan it took to hang a nigga. When I first set out to make the connection, I had to pass over a city of tree stump, a community of quiet message keepers, kept silent as their rights. I remember I was lost in a forest, looking for a tree I could talk to. I wrote down all the important questions I would say if I ever found one. It started with a joke. Knock, knock. Who's there? Tree leaves. Tree leaves who? Tree leaves hanging black man to scarecrow away back into Jim Law. Can you tell me how that happens? Knock, knock. Who's there? Tree branch who? Tree branches and law still lynching black people. Knock, knock. Who's there? A tree bark who? Is a tree bark louder than its bite? 'Cause I got questions, like what you know about me, what you know about my ancestors' suffering. So I walked through a forest, looking for the elders amongst the trees, hugging the waist of the tallest in the sky. I don't usually drop by anyone unexpected, but knock, knock, looking for a tree who could answer, knock, knock. Would you cut down my roots from your branches? I was sure the tree chime of a dangling black man was a sign of someone's home. Maybe I'll try the next tree house over. Maybe its bite big as its bark. I took my shoes off, walked barefoot in the soil, looking to make a better connection, searching to find a lead to my questions. Are they too high to hear or care about down here? Am I greeting you at your ankle? Is my bow at your feet unworthy of a response? Tell me, if the blood spill of my people and the return of their vessels enriched in this soil, I heard the roots of a tree had all the answers. I'm still looking for one to respond. Knock, knock. Who's there? If a tree falls in a forest, does its story die with its roots?
Witz, that's a fucking masterpiece.
Wow.
Damn.
Yeah, holy shit.
That
Speechless,
is a
literally.
fucking
You're
masterpiece.
amazing.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
amazing.
like holy shit, bro.
Yeah.
Such
Yeah,
to a
that
point.
closing line. Wow.
Yes, like you put people there. Like I'm
Does
right
it die
there.
with its roots? That's storytelling on steroids.
Yeah. That's storytelling on steroids. You're right. Yeah. My God, that was
Fucking
nice.
masterpiece.
That was incredibly nice. The way that it was written and the way that it actually
Part about I walked
felt like home.
barefoot towards the tree.
Yeah.
Like just to feel it more.
Yeah, I
Like
like how the two poems
in
ended and kind of put everybody on trial with those questions.
The roots, man. To take a cliche and a nursery rhyme almost and a classic piece of line and then spin it into art. That's beautiful. And I got to apologize to Matt, my friend. It's mercy is scarce. And then I was going to read from Scared Sacred. I might have butchered his beautiful flow line. So I'm sorry about that. I had to say that for my buddy Matt, because I'm going to ask him to watch this because I miss him. I haven't seen him in a while. But back to you, Mr. Witz. Thank you, and love. You're a beautiful being. You are a beautiful being.
Thank you so much.
Come out to Who Naked Up in Here Wednesday nights, 9 o'clock. What a show. It's a great event. Everybody should come out. Mr. Witz, can you tell us a little more, maybe the Zoom link in the chat?
Yes, the link is not up yet. We changed the link. We change the link every week. That's why it's not the same one, or I would just keep it regularly posted. Right. But I'll get the link up tomorrow. If you're not following me, please follow me on Instagram under Mr. Witz the Poet, and you'll be able to catch the flyer as well as the link on there. I want to thank you all for your responses, your kind hearts, man, for embracing the message. Especially, some things are just hard to hold on to, and I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not trying to sound shallow or anything, but when I speak when a message comes to me, it comes from God. So everything that I give out, to take that homage makes me emotional, because it's not from me. It's not for me. It's just through me. You know what I'm saying? So I truly appreciate y'all for embracing that, the message for what it is. Big love to the room.
Cheers.
We will carry anything we can, for sure.
Love you, Witz.
We love you.
Love you all back.
All right, so next we have Dre. Dre is the host of our new Saturday show, Slam Jam, and he is having so much fun with it. I'm so excited to see where it goes. Dre, do you want to unmute and tell us more about that?
Hello, everybody. Dre Reyes coming at you. First of all, big ups to everyone who has performed so far, especially that last piece. It's gotta follow that. But that's awesome. That's like the thing about these platforms, is that we get to experience these things and we get to share them with the world now. And to be given the opportunity to have a platform, the Slam Jam, as previously mentioned by Catalyst, it is it's an online open mic, but there's a slam poetry element to it. People have the option to just do like a regular poem, or performance for 5 minutes, or there's also the slam portion where you have 3 minutes and you follow slam rules. But instead of being given a score, you are given feedback. So this could be for any of you out there, or for any slam poets that come over here to this Zoom link Saturday, 5 p.m. Eastern Time. And I hope to see you there. Now with the poetry. Why is this? Okay. All right. First piece, it'll be my piece I wrote back in 2012 called Abducted. I am the passenger on this ride. You picked me up out of nowhere, and I assume we're in for a trip. I want to fly into space, where I can simply float on endlessly and not being fatigued at all as I drift through the planets. The stunning sights of planet Earth from above. I've only seen them in photographs, just like every vacation spot I see on TV. I want to witness the extraordinary and the amazing. Fuck you, gravity. And embrace me as I will embrace you, universe. Show me your darkest secrets. Show me what happens on on the dark side of the moon. Take me adrift like an endlessly falling leaf through the solar system. Let me see the craters and cracks of not just the moon, but of Mars as well. The magic of it all will take me to Jupiter. Let me take a ride inside that great red storm. As much as I want to experience the beauties of the universe, I want to survive the terrors. That way, I'll be constantly reminded that life is too short and too beautiful to waste. After that, may the hellish winds blast me off towards the rings of Saturn. Stevie Wonder lyrics ring happily in my head as I am riding a circular magic carpet ride around this cold gas giant, carrying off towards Uranus and Neptune, and allow me to bathe in their gas atmosphere and see what truly occurs on other planets. Maybe there are creatures who can somehow communicate with me and share understanding and peace among each other. How epic would it be being the human link to beings from other planets? I would love to be a part of their civilizations and see what it's like to live on another planet. Whatever happens after that, I wouldn't care. I could die happily as I float on, or you can amaze me more by taking me further into the unknown. Expose me to other solar systems, constellations, and galaxies. Prove to me that there can be parallel universes. Let's bend space and time together. End poem. Now, as far as the cover goes, I think I'm gonna go with this piece. It was there was a poet in the Manchester, New Hampshire scene by the name of Tim Hopkins, and this following piece was a piece that blew my mind away, and it's the way that he carried on his piece. I could never do justice to it. I can only just read and carry on his legacy. With that said, here's 12 Step. There were a handful of us that met every Monday at a church on the west side of my hometown. We had blue books in our left hand, cigarettes in our right. We treated it like the family reunion some of us might never see again, told more stories than we ever wants to about things we wish we never did, all in hopes that we could help someone else. It gets better, kid. It gets better. Just work your program, work your program. I'm sorry that I could never help anyone, that I still spend all my free time in dive bars, that I couldn't just keep coming. Your mantras still ring the back of my skull. It gets better, kid. Work your program. I'm so sick of the hollow hellos and complimentary remarks from people who will never understand the hell I've been through. It gets better, kid. It gets better. 12 steps. You'll get your family back. I was the family fuck up. Swept under the rug, kept from the ears of younger members, the teenage tragedy you couldn't tear your eyes from, but pretended to ignore. Rumored rehab kid with such a ridiculous backstory, people thought it was funny. I lost everything, still haven't gained it back. Just work your program, 12 steps. They'll love you again. An aunt and uncle one town away who only tolerate seeing me on Christmas, a grandfather who promises to call but never delivers, a father who'd only help me if I let his wife into my life, a mother who used all of this to her advantage. It gets better, kid. It gets better. 12 steps. You'll get your friends back. Friends who refuse to see me because I don't get drunk. Apparently, that's not acceptable. I have a cousin who wonders why I can't bring myself to visit him when I know all he wants to say is, Hey, man, it's been a while. I miss you. I miss him too. I miss all of you. It gets better, kid. Just work your program. And I did as much as I could throw through with what I was meant to do, what they wanted me to, just to bring me back to you, but it wasn't enough. How long does it take, kid? 22 months? That's great, kid. That's great. I remember screaming, wrists bleeding, begging God for a reason, and I needed you. I needed family, friends, love. Just keep working it, keep working it. You got this, kid. You've got this. But instead, I was screamed at, pleaded with, cried to, lied to, hated, and now congratulated. 2.5 years, kid. You got this. As if everything's great now. It's not. Nothing's changed. I just don't drink. End poem. Thank you.
That was beautiful. Thank you, Dre, for sharing. Oh, love it.
Yeah, really powerful.
Thank you, everyone. Let's give some love to Dre.
Yeah, that was so good. Woo.
That was
Amazing.
dope. That was dope.
Hell of a
For
read.
real.
Yeah.
Felt that in
I
my
don't know
soul.
if it did, but it sounds
pen
like
is
it came to
beautiful.
you so easily, you know, that
Yeah,
you
your
didn't
pen is
struggle
beautiful.
for that.
No, not at all.
Your pen is beautiful.
Beautiful.
And check out the Slam Gym on Saturdays.
Definitely.
Yeah, you forgot to mention too, if you do want coaching on the Slam section, we're gonna have a guest coach each week. The first week, the inaugural was CP, and we had Ma Dukes, and we're gonna have a special guest this Saturday. So yeah.
Special guest to be determined later on this week. Stay tuned.
All right. Next up on the mic, we have my friend and yours, Nemo Sum. Yeah, Nemo.
Good
Bless
evening.
us with words.
Absolutely. Amazing work this evening. I want to do, I'm going to do 3 short poems that have been inspirational to me, and then I'm going to do a micro triptych. You'll probably know these short poems. The first one is Jabberwocky by Lewis Carroll. I was in the 4th grade in the middle of math class, and a woman walks into the classroom and she talks to the teacher and takes me out. And we're walking through the hallway, and I'm thinking I'm in trouble. I've done something wrong. It's terrible. And I end up in this other classroom, and they're reading Jabberwocky. And I was so, that was such a cool experience for me. So here we go, Jabberwocky by Lewis Carroll. 'Twas brillig, and the slivy toves did gyre and gimble in the wave. All mimsy were the borogoves, and the momraths outgrave. Beware the Jabberwock, my son, the jaws that bite, the claws that catch. Beware the Jubjub bird, and shun the frumious Bandersnatch. He took his vorpal sword in hand. Long time the manxome foe he sought. So rested he by the tumtum tree, and stood a while and thought. And as in uffish thought he stood, the Jabberwock with eyes of flame came whiffling through the tulgey wood, and burbled as it came. 1, 2, 1, 2, and through the vorpal blade went snicker snack. He left it dead, and with its head he went galumphing back. And hast thou slain the Jabberwock? Come to my arms, my beamish boy. O frabjous day, Callooh Callay, he chortled in his joy. 'Twas brillig, and the slivy toves did gyre and gimble in the wave. All mimsy were the borogoves, and the Momraths outgrabe. This is The Bloath by Shel Silverstein. In the undergrowth, there dwells a Bloath who feeds upon poets and tea. Luckily, I know this about him, while he knows almost nothing of me. And this is Just to Say by William Carlos Williams. I have eaten the plums that were in the icebox, and which you were probably saving for breakfast. Forgive me, they were delicious, so sweet and so cold. And then I have a microtriptych. Sir Mortimer Trotter and his daughter went for a ride in a helicopter. She held a pink kerchief over her snout and fought the urge to chicken out. He brought some goggles he had found, but they wouldn't roll the windows down. So we watched the buildings passing by and felt at home up in the sky. Always something, never dull. He found this day impossible. Personal pachyderms compacted peanuts, capable of processing those problematic memories randomly accessed. To make an array attach trunk to mother tail and send to search for water. Dust jacket included. I was supposed to be the second coming of my father, a scholar or a ditch digger, he would say. But I never could sit still long enough to become learned. So when I was handed a shovel, I didn't ask questions. I dug until my sweat became flames that burned flesh from bone, until my heart was charred and all that I had been was consumed. But embers left glowing return. Ashes become feathers, feathers become wings, and the phoenix flies free. Thank you.
Yeah, Mo.
Brilliant.
Sorry, I was busy screaming in my own head.
I
It was
love
amazing.
all of them.
I love,
Such a
love
good
that piece, Nemo.
selection.
I
Thank you.
love how it all came together. You're so good, Nemo. We love you. Oh,
I love that set, dude. That was a dope set.
speechless.
One of these days, you're going to learn to write where you're not so shallow, though. I mean, really. See, that was on
Right. Oh
What
my
can I
God.
say? I like the flighty things.
Yeah, that surface stuff. That's where you're at. Hey,
the flighty,
teach his own.
absolutely.
Kendall of poetry, the Kendall of poetry. You're
Nemo Sum, Nemo Sum.
Can't
Nemo
people
Sum is
mistake me for
exactly
him
what
all
he
the time?
says.
Yeah.
Nemo Sum is exactly what it says. Like like he's right in deep in the ocean. And I love people that are in deep in the ocean. So one love.
It's one thing when we bring our own trials into our work and we heal and we write and we share, but it's another thing to survive it and then transcend it and then just become better and better writers. Oh my God. It's
Well, he
that's what the
uses
community's
poetry as a
for.
programming language, like C# or Java, and he like writes poems. Like it's a computer code. It's so dope.
Thank you. I love being here, and what an incredible way to spend an evening, right? Just sit and listen to everybody pour their heart out and enjoy the art, and just, this is such a wonderful place to be. So.
And Magus for the idea of the cover thing. That's really I went to open minds and people were doing one cover and one thing, even though that wasn't the theme. Did you notice that last Friday? Almost half the
definitely
people did
catching
an
on,
original
yeah.
and a cover, even though the theme was
It's
from
so
here.
cool. I love That's so cool. It's definitely a theme that is catching on. And I love it because we get twice the poets in the room. And, you know, they're all over where they need to be. So, all right, coming up next, we have Cozzy Coz. Cozzy, could you bless us with some words?
Certainly. Hello, everybody. How is everybody doing tonight? All right, all right. So I will first be performing a cover piece. It's titled Our Deepest Fears by Marianne Williamson. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It's not just in some of us, it's in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. Thank you. All right.
Thank you.
No
They
doubt.
actually attributed that to Nelson Mandela. And Nelson Mandela, when he came out of prison, he was like, no, that's not mine. It's Marianne Williamson.
Really? Oh, wow, wow. Woo, that's deep. That's deep. All right.
All right.
So for this next piece is one of my own. I literally just finished this today. Like, I swear my brain is fried because I'm sure y'all know y'all work on multiple pieces at one time. And this week, within a week's time, I finished 3 pieces, and just sometimes I need a break, but I don't want to take, I just want to keep writing. So here we go. This one is titled Uncried Tears. I've repeatedly stumbled while the cookie continued to crumble as I continually fumbled, trying to rumble my way out of this miserable jungle. Be humble, humility mumbled. Man, enough of this mumbo jumbo. If the shoe of what I'm saying to you happens to fit, then I suggest that you wear it until you grow out of it. Because forever was never clever enough to leave us behind because of the insolent climate of this inclement weather in the now or never, which I've come to find to be the product of whatever explicitly intricate design it may have originally had in mind. However, whenever the pink elephant blinks, I wink at everyone in the room who might think that they're on the brink of either going bananas or going blind. I can see the polar shift within the solar eclipsed heart of the darkness, which I hear has fallen blindly on the deaf ears of death's fears. So I'm going to try to provide a spark which will enlighten everyone to the truthful truth, which must be spewed regardless of its brutally crucial and ruthlessly crude harshness. I don't mean to be rude or heartless, but I gotta be dauntless in order to navigate you through these brutally cruel gauntlets. Because the leaves which grow on the trees of life are full of panoramically picturesque strife, stranded on the painted canvas of these fingerless limbs and tainted branches, rampantly rife with the stagnation of this ever-changing world which stays exactly the same. Which is why I'm right under the top, barely above the bottom of the highest plane. Therefore, I never came to see what all I could conquer or claim, but instead to see what I could offer to give. Because I live to be the solace which soothes serenity's pain. So longevity can find a harmony peace could never attain. Saying hey to the farewells of the goodbyes that vowed never to see me again, sitting reminiscing over the greetings and salutations which said hi to the hellos that welcomed me in, with arms open wide, hoping to make up for the harms done in the dark to my heart's broken pride, like a bleeding work of art which has been thrown aside and in part been shown to hide within the dormant cries of the violent tears that my eyes have forever been known to cry. And I have so many more tears inside that still need to be wept, which have been negligently swept under the rug between a shoulder shrug and a who the heck cares to give a hoop of a crap of a rat's ass, unless it's about hashtags or flat abs or something to do with some fast cash. So extra, extra, read all about all of the unreasonable doubt which people insidiously spout just for a little bit of clout. And so I'm out. Thank you.
Yo,
Masterpiece.
thank you.
Great.
My
We
brain,
heard two masterpieces tonight.
like,
Thank you, man.
I
Thank
tried
you.
to,
The cause.
I tried to, I don't know if I caught it because it's so,
Stop playing.
but longevity of harmony that
Stop
peace could
playing.
never attain.
Mm.
Did I get
Stop
that?
playing,
That's
Coz.
that's
Stop playing,
transcendent
Coz.
shit, man.
Trying to find it.
Stop
I'm sorry.
playing, Coz.
A harmony that peace can't attain. Oh man,
There we go. There we go.
say that. Did I get
There
it
we
right?
go.
Yes. So
Cozy,
longevity can find the harmony.
Stop playing.
Yeah.
Cozy, Coz.
so
I
it's
think did I write it right?
Yes, I'll spit it for you so you can real quick, just real quick. Because I live to be the solace which soothes serenity's pain, so longevity can find the harmony peace could never attain.
Nah.
Dang.
wow.
What?
I'm telling
Yo,
you,
like
man.
every line was like that too, Cause that was a fucking
Glad y'all caught
masterpiece.
Your pillow's
Fucking
waiting for you.
masterpiece.
You deserve a rest, man.
Come on now. Stop playing.
Right?
Stop
It's
playing.
so concept just
so
like
much.
stop playing, bro. Like yo,
Damn.
Stop playing, bro.
oh, that shit was dope, bro.
Stop playing,
We
bro.
love you.
You
Appreciate
are
that.
your name. You are cosmic, like for real. Like
The
our
cause,
next
the
goal here
cause.
is to find a way to get your vibration all over the world.
Oh my
So
God.
be ready, because it's time. So think on that. We love you. That was amazing. My brains are everywhere.
Thank you. Word. That's what I want to do. Thank you, man.
Oh, we got you. I felt it. That was the one.
Next up on the mic, we have the beloved Debby Segal.
Debbie.
Hey, bless
Hi
us.
everyone. Thank you everyone. It's been amazing. And I'm just gonna read a cover and a piece of my own. My cover is a Jim Carroll and it's called Wing and Claw. When I dream of you this way, you are so badly with another. I can feel his breathing inside these sheets. I understand the pressure of his smell better than my own. This is the moment when I am totally receptive, calm and unthinking under a shivering duress. I was born for these moments, controlling all excess, as if I were a skillful bird of prey, taking all I want, yet returning for more, having emptied my crooked beak and claws. It feels good to expand so fully, talon and wing, in the path of the full and faithless moon. So,
That was dope.
fear of dreaming. And here's mine. It's called What Night Brings. Laughter erupted, mixed with bacon. The small room left smoke on my tongue. Stuck in the distance, a beautiful traffic seeped through this morning sun. Fruity wine bored my mouth. His terrible clothes pressed against my bare arm, finger, body. Billowing clouds iced his fur, and a bitter aura lay down beside my sounds. Sunny morning mouth moving made me sick. I win words and lose meaning. Thank you.
Yo, what
Yo, that was wicked. Oh my God. Oh, I love those pieces. More of those ones. We like those ones.
I lose words and lose meaning. Ooh, stop
win
playing.
words and lose meaning.
You stop playing.
Yeah,
That was a very beautiful last line. Ooh, stop
Wonderful.
playing. Stop playing.
How was that Mike Tyson first round knockout? Just boom.
Yeah. Oh, that was a Tyson fight. That was the last Tyson. That was nice.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so
I'll
much.
read more of my languagey poems then, I guess. Okay.
Yeah, that was
Thank
so much
you.
fun. I really like that one, Debbie. Thank you so much. Whew. All right. I think coming up next we have Parquillian. Parquillian, could you bless us with some words?
Sure thing. Thank you. Oh, amazing work here tonight, as always. But thought I'd start with a cover by a second generation Chinese American poet. Grew up in New York City, but lives in New Mexico. His name is Shi Chang, or better known as Arthur Z. This was a part of a prompt for Tumble Words this last weekend. And this poem is called White Sands. Walking along a ridge of white sand, cooler below the surface, we stop and, gazing at an expanse of dunes to the west, watch a yellow yoke of sun drop to the mountains. An hour earlier, we rolled down a dune. White sand flecked your eyelids and hair. A claret cup cactus blooms, and soap tree yuccas move as a dune moves. So many years later, on a coast, waves roll to the shore, wave after wave. I see how our lives have unfolded. A sheen of wave after whitening wave, and we are stepping barefoot, rolling down a dune with white flecks on our lips, on our eyelids. We are lying in a warm dune as a full moon lifts against an ocean of sky. Well, I've never been to White Sands, but I have driven across Imperial Sands in Southeast California, right near Yuma, after you go through the checkpoint there. We're driving from Phoenix to San Diego. So this came out. This is called Yuma Crossing. Approaching the portal to heralded lands, we know not what to expect. They search our carriage for contraband and let us trundle through. We soon come in view of imperial sands that stretch to the end of our sight, with dunes as real as a lover's hand caressing the edge of the sky, creating an undulant shoreless strand that echoes the surface of the moon, with waves like a tide of duotone bands that never let us go. And thank you very much.
Yeah.
Oh, that was gorgeous.
We love
I just got a free vacation. Thank you.
Yeah, right?
That was
Wow.
awesome.
Thank you.
I was transported for sure.
Let me know if anybody needs a world word tiger.
Everybody, by the way, I know most of you know each other, but put your IG handles in the chat if you can, so we can all keep in touch. Next up on the mic, I am not sure, is Zomkhonto, yes? Yes, okay. Zomkhonto, could you bless us with some words, my friend?
Yeah, okay. This is dedicated to Marianne Tefft. It's called God's Eyelashes. For a second, I took my eyes away from the sky. And in just that seemingly infinite nothingness of time, I missed it. I missed you and God locked in a gaze, like conjoined spirits in a millisecond that lasted for days. I missed seeing God smile and blink for a while to leave butterflies. Butterfly earthquakes in your childlike eyes. I guess I was distracted by the reflection of the sun inside them. I was studying to see if the heat could withstand the stare down when each single ray walks down inside them. and finds a raging fire unlike the sun could ever dream. When for the first time the sun beholds its reflection in anything other than water, as if seeing its vision through the mirror inside of pure diamonds. Then I noticed you smile wide. And I thought that was odd. And the cloud covered the sun like an eclipse. It was God. That is how I noticed God's reflection on your strawberry lips. I turned around and was amazed. They say, look away when God appears, but I took in God's shapeless form and felt myself burst with the entire unwritten infinite cosmos. I was taken to the utmost, where the only other beings were you and me. I remember thinking, if God does this every morning, then give us a siren warning or something, because when God blinks, God's eyelashes will cause highway crashes as comets fall from the dark night. Because when God winks, it leaves the whole universe less intact and shakes the Milky Way so hard that it gushes into black holes and leaves the sky like lactose intolerant. If God does this every day, then this planet is in trouble. You know, I've already dreamed you suckling a child who won't as yet reveal her face in my dreams. Her beauty is still being put together from the veins of medicinal leaves. I think I've told you I've never held pearls in my arms, but I suspect that your eyes are pearls. But if God granted me a chance to watch over them tonight, I'll probably wait for you to sleep, then I'll pop them gently, like shooting stars out of their own constellation. Tip them from their sockets into my hands, leave you blind for an eternity. Keep staring at them in my palms until they reveal exactly what you saw in me. Because you stared at me expansively and expensively. I'll be too slow to remove my eyes and place them there next to yours until I've memorized the maps of all the places in the world that these pearls in my palms have dreamed to see. Even go back to your past. See every lucky mat that heard that song of those beautiful feet that hold up your resilient bones. I'll treat those pearls like a pair of crystal balls, reading inside them the future, divining in them the pain that you've seen, feeling the texture of your language of sorrow, such that if we speak again tomorrow, I can choose my words according to every emotion carefully, every curve of it, and learn what hurts you in the gut sense of words, so as not to punch you there, even with a mistaken elbow. Zomkhonto Gabatela. May you live long, Marianne Tefft. One love.
Wow, Marianne, that's just
What?
oh my God, so great. Wow. That's totally blown away.
I think that's what they mean when you put the woo in woman.
Wow.
Whoa. Who said that at what open mic? Whoa, woman. I forget.
Wow.
It was one of the
Wow.
open mics. Somebody did that. That was a good one.
What an immaculate tribute, man. That was beautiful, breathtaking, beautiful.
Gorgeous.
Wonderful.
Wow. Wow. Woo. Mm, mm, mm. Mm. Mm, mm, mm. Damn.
No one read into that. There's not enough jealousy in the world.
She's cool.
Do you have another piece for us, Zomkhonto?
I don't know. Well, if you want me, if the
I believe everyone
we can
here
never get
wants
enough.
another one. Yeah.
okay, all right.
we definitely got room for you.
Okay. All right. Remember the next time that you break down that you're a complex machine and that the tools that it takes to put you back together again are not made of metal, but soft things that do not weigh much on the scales used by this world to measure our worth. We are boundless, weightless, and your birth is a magical musical note to complete the rhythm of all creation. You are a complex machine. So breaking down is necessary because we are made of very delicate breaths, held together with the silken ropes of extremely fragile heartbeats, each trying to connect to the next with as little heavy breathing as possible, not struggling for air, but fumbling for a strength that holds together our bodies just long enough to exhale. Because we have a lifelong contract with trees. A promise that these lungs, although they are not made out of bark, the branches that hold them in place in our chest will suck in each morsel of oxygen and help us proclaim at the top of those same lungs that we are here voluntarily, that we are not forcing this living thing, that we did not arrive in this world kicking and screaming, but that it was the world that started yelling in our faces in a language we couldn't recognize. And when we became traumatized, the world still charged us for inventing our own language of love. That in our several attempts to find meaning, life was hurling stones at our engines. And since we are not grindstone machines, we broke down. But those same stones that the world threw at us over time, we used them to build the mountains you see in front of you right now. Because rather than be buried underneath them, we built ourselves a fortress. We erected rock statues out of ourselves instead of become stone-hearted. We are complex machines. They are part of us that cannot be replaced. They are tiny screws inside of us that cannot be mimicked. The mechanics of our being needs more than a simple oil change. We repair our brokenness by making poems out of ourselves. We make wind chimes that dance from the raging feet of our resilient theme songs. We are smart, complex machines, far from artificial intelligence. We put the ART in art, never artificial. Zomkhonto kabate.
Woo! I am glad we asked you for a second poem. Yeah. Woo! Yeah.
Screaming right now.
Thank you so much, brother, for that. Thank you.
That's a gem. That's one of your
Wow.
gems. Yeah.
Zomkhonto, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Such eloquence, such beautiful eloquence. It's just breathtaking, man. Word.
Thank you. And yo, Cozzy Coz, your poetry is always so great, and like it always blesses my soul. Ngiyabonga kakhulu. One love.
Thank you, man. Thank you for that, man. Word.
Yeah, man.
Word.
Zomkhonto, that first line blew my mind right outside of my head.
Yo.
And I think I'm going to be processing that for a very, very long time.
Give us the first line again.
Thank you for that.
Thank you so much. You're a complex machine. Remember that you are a complex machine.
But I'm sorry, the line about the breakdown.
Yeah, because you are never remember the next time that you break down that you're a complex machine, and that the tools that it takes to put you back together again are not made of metal, but soft things that do not weigh much on the scales used by this world to measure our worth.
There it is. That's the whole thing.
Yo.
Yeah,
Oh my
thank you, Nemo,
God.
for pulling that out and bringing it back to us.
Thank you
We
for
needed to
that,
hear it again.
Zomkhonto. That's a gift. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Oh, that was a blessing for sure.
Well,
I feel healed a little bit. That was
And
awesome.
and you
Thank
and
you.
I love the way you weren't afraid to take AI and say, you know, AI can now simulate empathy, compassion, but it can't. It doesn't. You know, it can be beautiful. The second biggest robot company in the world is not making robots to run anything. The second biggest company are pleasure robots. Believe it or not.
We are the actual healers of our souls, you know, like and there's no one that can recreate what we do. Like love cannot be recreated. You
Or
know,
destroyed.
like we are actually the best. Like humans are the best, the best shot at love that you can ever get. You know what I mean? So we are the best shot at love that we can ever get.
And that's a lot of
So
responsibility, you know? I mean, we
It
could take it
is.
easy, survive,
We got this.
eat or be
I
eaten,
mean-
kill or be killed, be better than, superior, all that bullshit's a waste of time. But what he said.
Yeah, it's all temporary. Love is there forever. We got this. The best.
Indivisible. Indivisible. That's what made me write that indivisible
Beautiful.
love song. That I had to. It's like I might die tomorrow. I better say this.
Amazing, Zomkhonto. Thank you so much. I'm glad you shared that second piece. Amazing. All right, coming up next, we have Sophia. Sophia, are you ready to close out the show for us? We love you so much. Please bless us with some words.
See, this a little different. I'm calling on the group for some support. So it's interesting. I finished my side project. Book 4 is going to be released soon. I finished my side project, the chapbook, Blue Struck, today, and it was actually much more emotional than I thought it would be. So I'm kind of, you know,
Big
yeah.
group hug, everybody.
Yeah,
Group
hug.
Sophia.
Group
Thank
hug.
you.
We love
Group
you.
hug.
Group
You're
hug.
amazing.
And great
Yeah.
interview.
Mwah.
Great
Mwah.
interview too with
Thank
the heart of the
you.
artist.
Normally not one to,
I'll take
you know,
whatever I
be
get.
as vulnerable as, you know, but tonight, you know, I felt like this is a safe place, and, you know. So I'm going to read 2 poems from it, and I'll read the dedication and the epigraph. I don't like being emotional in front of people, but, you know, if it happens, it happens. But so this dedication is to my team. I feel like this group is part of my team, so thank you. And analogy is basketball, but basketball is more than just basketball. So in basketball, everyone on the court is intimately, in a relational and spatial sense, tied to everyone else. David Hollander, author of How Basketball Can Save the World. So Yeah, it's composed of 24 poems. So here we go. They're kind of intense, but it ends hopeful. And I feel like it'd be good to get off my chest today to share these poems. So I'll read the first one twice. It's very short, but there's a lot to it. And these two poems connect, but they're spaced out in the book. So the first poem is titled Fallout. Stars falling out of my eyes, don't ask me why. Falling, shooting flames, disintegrating into remnants, little pile of ashes on the white carpet. Fallout. Stars falling out of my eyes, don't ask me why. Falling, shooting flames, disintegrating into remnants, little pile of ashes on the white carpet. Thank you. That's the first poem. This is the second poem. And I'm in a much better place after putting in the effort for 6 months, let me tell you. So this is a reflection. Rolling in the Creek is the title. I'm not asking for you to forgive yourself 6 months ago for rolling around in the creek's sandbank surrounded by poison ivy, desperately screaming into your phone to someone who would listen. I want to die. Instead, I want to say I'm sorry for you to have hit the lowest of lows. Sand granules up and down your bare legs, like how your soul was laid bare, stripped down to animalistic form, survival, turned off the location on your phone, not wanting to be found. I'm sorry. I don't want to use that metaphor for yourself again as a shooting star. You're in fact a star, shining the way, blazing this pathway for change, trickling down from the systematic. Your light was so close to be burned out. Thank goodness the creek water didn't splash your toes or your nose, or the poison ivy didn't touch your eyes. And my, what bravery that you picked up your phone and listened to UB. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. We love you.
That was intense. I felt that.
Yeah, powerful, Sophia. What an ending to tonight. What a great night.
Got you.
Thank you.
We love you all. You're also amazing.
Thank you. And congratulations on your threshold here in life and in literature.
Yo, she killing it, yo. She releasing all types of bullshit. Like, bro, like, yo, Sophia over there, like, oh, slam dunking on these motherfuckers. Yeah. Love
Thank
all
you,
of that, man.
everybody.
Kristi Scribbles, some more hardy artists.
Say goodbye, everybody.
Yes, everybody.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much for coming
Love
out.
to Megas.
Megas.
Yeah, Megas,
You're
you
one
rock.
you're one of the best poets all time. The Magas, you are one of the best poets ever.
Word, word, word.
You all.
Magas, stop.
Good night.
Bye.
Well, be safe.
Yeah.
Debbie, did you read?